Hello and welcome to Texas History 2301, Section 31707, Northwest Campus. The instructor is myself, Sean Partee. This slide deck will be a syllabus review for the Texas History 2301 course. Since this is an online course, I really don't have office hours. I will check my email daily and be available to answer any questions. My goal is to attempt to provide a reply to any emails that you send within 24 hours. When you're emailing me, start off with a formal introduction. Try to write a concise and complete sentences when you're sending me your message. Don't use any of the text. When you're saying like you, don't put a you, put you, things like that. And try to end your email with a formal closing. When you get into the business, if you get into the business world, you will need to learn how to write proper emails. All right, this is a course description and material. Basically, it's just a survey of political, social, economic, cultural, and intellectual history of Texas. Real fast about the textbook, we will not be using the textbook. If you want to buy the textbook, you're welcome to for your own personal library, but I will not be using the textbook for this course. The test and quiz and key terms material will come from my slides and any other reading material that I may assign. This slide shows what TCC has outlined should be your technical expectations when you're taking an online course. Just go ahead and read over it. If you don't have some of this stuff, but you can still make it work, then that's great. Just keep in mind, you'll need really good, reliable internet, a reliable computer, webcam, and a microphone when taking the test. If you don't have any of this, if you don't have a computer, if you don't have internet, get a hold of me, or you can go online into the directory at TCC. They have resources where you can go to the library, sign out a computer. I think they also have internet options for you if you need that, and some other aspects. So go ahead, if you don't have the things that are listed here, get in touch with myself or TCC and see what they can provide for you. This slide shows the grading system scheme and the coursework that you'll be graded on during this course, History 2301. You'll have 4 periodic exams that will count 60% of your grade. You'll have 10 weekly key term assignments, which will be 20% of your grade. And you have 10 quizzes, which will also be 20% of your grade, for a total of 100%. The grading scheme is pretty much the basic grading scheme. 9800 is an A, 8089 is a B, so forth and so forth. Exams, as mentioned before, you'll have 4 periodic exams. They'll consist of 50 multiple choice questions. I usually like to give bonus questions at the end of it. Usually about 3 to 5 bonus questions will be added on so that you can enhance your grades. Tests will be timed. Usually I'll give it roughly about an hour to take a test. Partee will be used. And the thing about Partee is you're going to need the webcam and the microphone. Once you start the test, you cannot pause or close it until completion. So be careful if you're doing stuff on your screen, moving your mouse around. Be careful not to accidentally close your test, because you won't be able to open it again. If for some reason you cannot take the online multiple choice test, then I will provide you with an essay test, a multiple question essay test that you can complete and turn it into me. And since this will be online and you'll have a whole week to take the test, there'll be no makeup tests for this course. Quizzes, there'll be 10 quizzes administered during this semester. You won't have a quiz the same week that you'll have a test. It will either be a quiz or a test. Quizzes will be administered online. Now, for the quizzes, you do not need a webcam or a microphone. All you need is your computer and internet access. Quizzes will have a time limit. Quizzes would normally be 5 questions, and you'll usually have about 5 minutes to test to answer them. Normally, quizzes will cover the previous week's slide deck to see if you were paying attention to it. Once a quiz is started, though, you'll have to finish it within the time allotted. You can't close it and go back to it. No make-up quizzes will be allowed. A missed quiz will result in a 0. So your writing assignment in this class will be key term assignments. You'll have 10 key term assignments administered during this semester. What key term assignments are, these are terms that I would like you to know that pertain to what we covered in that week's slide deck. And normally they'll range from 10 to 20 terms. What you do is you just list out what it is, the characteristics of what it is, normally the who, what, where, when, why, and how characteristics for that term. Make it about 2 to 3, maybe 4 sentences, however long you need to describe that term. I'll send it out to you either on Microsoft document or at the end of a slide deck. You may see the terms at the end of a PowerPoint slide. This is a writing assignment, so be sure and write in whole sentences. Now, TCC wants to crack down on plagiarism, so don't plagiarize when you're answering the terms. And what they mean by plagiarism is that's when you take someone else's work and make it your own work. So in other words, don't go somewhere on the internet, cut and paste someone's explanation for that term, and then paste it into your paper as your own work. That's plagiarism, and it will result in a low grade or possibly even a 0. You'll be when you're completed with the terms, you'll turn it in through Blackboard. I'll have a link to where you can put it through, and there will be a deadline for when those key terms are to be done. Normally, the week that they're due, they'll be due on Saturday at 11:59 p.m. right 1 minute before midnight. So check the schedule, see when the key terms are due, and make sure you have it in by Saturday at 11:59 p.m. TCC wanted us to let you know that there is tutoring available, even though it's online. They're still there to help you out. Read this. If you have any questions, if you need any help, they can help you with anything you might need. Go ahead and reach out to them. Ask them anything you need, and hopefully they'll be able to help you. This is some important dates that TCC wanted you to know, that I also want you to know for this fall semester of 2020. The first 2 is when you can drop the course and still get a portion of your tuition back. Keep in mind, an important date is Thursday, November 19th. That's the last day you can drop the course and get a W. If you drop the course after Thursday, November 19th, then you'll drop with the grade that you currently have. So if you're failing the class and you drop on November 20th, probably what's going to happen is you're going to wind up with an F for the course. So if you want to drop with a W, be sure to drop by Thursday, November 19th. Thanksgiving break is November 23rd, 29th. There will be no tests, no quizzes, and no key terms due during that week. Final exam week will be the first part of December, 9th and 11th. The last class day will be December 11th. Attendance, even though this is online, there will be something of attendance kept. So what TCC wants us to do is they want us to look at your online participation for attendance. So in other words, if I have a quiz or a test that week, or I have a key term list that's due that week, if you complete it on the roster, I will put you as present. If you don't complete it, then it's a 0, and I'll put you as absent on the roster. It's done on a weekly basis, so it's only one entry on the roster, whether or not you're present or absent. There's only 5 unexcused absences allowed during class. After that, you start getting emails about being absent. If I notice that you haven't participated in let's say 4 or 5 weeks, I'll try to reach you by email and find out what's going on. Then I'll let the chairman of my department know that you haven't logged on to class in 4 to 5 weeks, and then I'll look to them for guidance to see what to do. If it's come up on Thursday, November 19th, and I have not heard from you, and I have not seen that you participated in the class, then I'll probably go ahead and drop you so that you don't wind up with an F for the class. If you have any questions on that, email me, and I'll try to give you more of an explanation. Hopefully, all of you will participate as needed, and this won't be a problem. Academic dishonesty, TCC has this in their student handbook. My big thing is plagiarism, which I talked about. Bottom line is, don't do it. Do your own work. This is the last portion of your syllabus. It's the lecture schedule. If you notice on the left, I have the semester broken down into weeks: week 1, week 2, week 3, etc., etc. I gave you the Monday that week starts. So technically, a week will start on Monday, and it will end on Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Next to the date is what we'll be covering that week, and then on the right is what the coursework that will be due that week. So for week 1, there's no exam or quiz or key terms due. Week 2, I still have not determined to give you an exam or quiz, but your first key terms are due, and you should see those at the end of the slide deck that I gave out. I'll also probably send them out to you as a Microsoft document so that you can take it and put the key terms next to it as you see fit. So if you want to know what's due that week, go to this, look on it, and look to see what coursework we have coming up. Like I said, email me with any questions you may have, but first off, before you email me with anything, please be sure and look on the syllabus to see if the answer is there. If you don't see the answer that you're needing, then please email me and I will answer it within 24 hours. Thank you very much.